Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Everyday Faith. Today is Friday the 13th, but I get the feeling that today's actually going to be a good day, not a bad day. So glad that you guys are joining in with us today as we continue our belonging theme. I hope you've enjoyed this theme. It sounds like the feedback and things that we've heard has been really meaningful and just timely for the month of December, which we love to hear. But we've got a great devotional for you today out of Luke chapter 7, verse 37. And here's what it says. It says, when a certain immoral woman from that city heard he was eating there, speaking of Jesus, she brought a beautiful alabaster jar filled with expensive perfume. Now, this one verse in Luke 7 doesn't tell the whole story. Now, pause for a second. When I first read this devotion, I was like, what does this verse have to do with belonging? And then actually reading this, I was like, oh, gotcha, okay. So here is what it goes on. Second sentence says, Luke describes the scene as Jesus is eating at the home of a local Pharisee when the immoral woman came into the home and anointed Jesus' feet. The Pharisee was disgusted that Jesus would allow this type of woman to touch him. So Jesus proceeded to tell a story about forgiveness and gratitude. While the religious leader was appalled and ashamed of who this woman was, Jesus was accepting and forgiving of what she had done because Jesus is the Son of God and his forgiveness extends to every person. He is not afraid of your past, my past, or what we've done. Can I get an amen to that? No matter who you are, what shame you carry, Jesus says you belong to him. You are welcome in his presence at all times, no matter what others think of you or what you've done. He is driven by compassion and love, not shame and fear. So enter boldly into his presence and find the home your heart longs for. Man, I love this devotion. I love this message because I think one of the things that for me is easy to get caught up on are the mistakes I make, the failures I've experienced, the things I've done bad, not just like 10, 15 years ago, but even month to month, week to week, where I don't do things the way I should, or I don't say things kindly or affectionately to the people I care about. And I drop the ball in a lot of those areas. And it's easy to get hung up on my past. And I know a lot of people in our community have wrestled with that, with anxiety, with stress, with like PTSD from different experiences, failed relationships, marriages, severed ties with family members or children. I know a lot of you guys have experienced that. There's things that you're carrying or you've carried with you. And others have kind of removed you from their lives because of what you have done or what they perceive you to have done. And so they communicated in some way or another that you don't belong. And yet with Jesus, we all belong. With Jesus, it doesn't matter what our past is. It doesn't matter what our present is. Jesus is concerned about our future, and he invites us in to belong. He invites us in to be a part of his presence. And he's not concerned like how the religious people might look at you. He's concerned about how he looks at you, and that's through the lens of compassion, forgiveness, and belonging. So as we head into the weekend today and into tomorrow, I just want to encourage us. Let's be a community. Let's be a people that focuses on belonging. And let's live like Jesus does. Let's look for the people who feel like they don't belong and invite them in, because that's exactly what Jesus has done for us. I'll see you guys tomorrow as we continue Everyday Faith.